for some football now from Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Today, a good battle in the AFC. It's the LA Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. That's Cam Little set to start this. Off we go from the Sunshine State. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So here come the Chargers. The offense getting set to come out. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche. You know, these guys come onto the field and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know, I got to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you.
Second and 10. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Tashawn Gibson on the tackle. And it's third down. 3rd and 5. Now they'll set up a throw. He's got his man. Allen with the connection. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's a big one for the Chargers. 31 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Back at the 39-yard line. After the loss of 3, it is second. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
Putting the tight end in motion. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Intended for number 15.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 3-0 lead. Points on that opening drive. We'll see The response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Robinson. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as a result of him being your quarterback.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
4-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 6.
They send the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, it's gone. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
He told us earlier in the week that his ball skills might actually be better than some of the guys he's covering, and we kind of chuckled. But it's pretty clear to see where that confidence comes from, Mike. I mean, the next step for him, not only go up and attack that ball at its highest point, but come down with the pick.
Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense ready to get going with their second possession. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. Up the middle they go. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You know, anytime you're talking about an interior defensive lineman, it's always easy to talk about his size and his strength. But what stands out to me, Mike, is his ability to move his feet, turn those hips, get penetration in the backfield, and take the running back down for a loss.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
On third down, they'll throw from the gun. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front seven is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
The Chargers get set to kick it away, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Jaguars offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's first and 10. Goff to throw. Rush to his left. And he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
It's now
Quarterback does a nice
6
job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly. Realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket. Decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 11.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Jacksonville.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Cross pass complete to Noah Fant. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A gain there of 11. That's good for a Jaguar. First down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it, or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars will tie the game at 3 apiece. So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. We have an injured Charger. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Now, faking the give. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now a give up the middle. That's going to be good for a Chargers first down, as he's able to get it up to the 37-yard line.
And the Chargers first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Chargers.
Overwhelms the offensive line, and down he goes.
And we've seen this time and time again. When this guy is in a groove like he is here, I mean, he's impossible to block. I mean, the offensive line, they've got to come up with a better plan to slow him down, or he's going to completely wreck this game.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught! And he will score! Touchdown, Chargers! Third down. My focus, Greg, was on picking up the first down. Forget that. They go down the field and in the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't think it was just your focus, Mike. I think in this case, it was the defense's focus. They're so worried about where that first down marker was that they allowed them to get that ball up and over the top for the deep strike touchdown.
Point after, coming up here. He knocks it through. And the Chargers take a 10-3 lead.
Chargers 10, Jaguars 3.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. That is caught. It's Robinson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Henry, and that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. Throwing, Goff. This one's just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Noah Fant was the intended target.
4th down.
And it's going to be 4th down. Here's their punter now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. Start on the ground, into the secondary, past the 40, inside the 20, and they won't catch him. He'll go all the way, 74 yards, touchdown LA. Chargers. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job, and that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Point after now from Dicker. He gets it to go, and the Chargers move out in front by the score of 17-3.
Jaguars 3.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
A second down throw for Goff. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
Number 85, incomplete. Brings up third down and 11.
A tough spot here. Third and long. In motion, it's Robinson. From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is why every defense wants to play with the lead, because it allows them to just tee off on the quarterback. Go rush the passer. You're not worried about them handing the ball off or little quick game. You know they're chasing points, so what can you do? You can get after this guy, and boy, have they ever.
On comes the punter now, as he'll take this a yard or two into his own end zone. And not much doing there? They made sure he would not get free.
39-yard line.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Incomplete, but now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic 1st down.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
8 yards.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
So after one, the Chargers out to the early lead. We'll have more from Jacksonville after this. It's the Chargers with the football to begin this 2nd quarter. They've got it. 2nd down and 2. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll stay on the ground. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
At the 36-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Allen in motion. He'll look to throw. He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st down. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Chargers.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go, right? We ask these running backs, Mike, to do a lot of work, find space, create something out of nothing. Well, this time, he was able to create nothing out of nothing.
They'll throw out of the gun. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Crazy. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to roll now, and defensively, they need to stop. They cannot let this lead get any larger. They've got to hold them to 3 if they're going to have any chance of finding themselves back in this game.
They'll run here. It's Neal. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball, because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like, because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this
Previous
one.
play is under review.
At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They are very fortunate to get another shot at it. It is 2nd down and goal. They'll turn and hand this one off. Powering forward. He's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, L.A. His 2nd touchdown of this first half. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Chargers 24, Jaguars 3.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Now Goff. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
In what's been a pretty one-sided affair from the opening whistle, it just seems like it continues to get worse. This defense, they know they have them on the edge, and they continue to rush the quarterback the way they are. I'm not sure what this offense can do come the second half.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tight end going in motion here. On 2nd down, Goff. It's to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
3rd and long. Goff to throw. Now a screen set up for Henry. Room to run past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Chargers offense, and their running back set to go once more. Good run there. Gonna get him 5 yards.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. And the Chargers have the 1st down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
That one thrown behind his target. It'll be incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, they go with their running back. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. 16-yard pickup on that one. It's good for a Charger 1st down.
Well, here he is just taking over this drive from the running back spot. And frankly, Mike, any time the secondary and defensive backs are making a lot of tackles downfield, you know the offensive line's doing their job up front, and we can see the results.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
This offensive line continues to be very physical at the point of attack. They've been able to give their backs plenty of room to run. That's why they've already eclipsed the century mark here in the opening half.
They bring their tight end right. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a toss, right side. He's going nowhere. Losing yardage on that play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
I really like what I see out of this defense. Definitely playing with a little bit more sense of urgency, especially after falling down here in the first half. They desperately needed that sack, and they got to just continue to get stops and get off the field.
So Jim Harbaugh will make the move for the field goal unit. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chargers add on to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jags offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. First down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Josiah Stewart in on the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
13 yards on the play.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
First and 10.
So anytime you're trying to defend one of these bigger backs in the league, Mike, the key you're going to hear every defensive coach preach is we've got to get penetration and we've got to stop his feet before he hits the line of scrimmage. If these backs are able to get a full head of steam downhill or past the line of scrimmage, there's going to be broken tackles, there's going to be yards after contact, and that's what we saw here.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2.
Two minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Jacksonville. After this timeout, they'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. In motion, it's Robinson. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And 2.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
2 yards.
So it's a pretty manageable third down. So they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. To throw here to begin the drive. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws, and that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Third and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. Catch made there by Allen. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome, so it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
They'll look to throw again. Quick throw, taken in. Now a timeout Chargers here. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
Second down and 3. The man in motion here is Chark. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. The Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Back to throw. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
I love this play call. I mean, what is everyone in the stadium thinking you're going to do, Mike, on 3rd and inches? They think you're going to run, but what do? They go the opposite direction, go with the quick game through the air, and they keep this drive alive.
Back to the air one more time. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on first down.
38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man's got it. That's Chark. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Halftime coming up. Let's go downstate. And Scott Hansen has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. On the return, it's Robinson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Jaguars offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Third quarter begins with a run. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a toss, running left, it's Henry. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
The advantage of running toss plays to the perimeter, Mike, as opposed to handing it off, is it just allows you to have to block a fewer amount of the defenders. You really can cut the defense in half and say, okay, I just need to block the perimeter defenders because none of the interior guys have a chance to catch my back.
And he'll get about 5.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second down and 5. From the gun, it's Goff. Quick throw here is complete. He'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
In motion, it's Robinson. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
from the 42-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle they go. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll run the sneak, and he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
At the line of scrimmage.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
We see this offense just continue to search for a spark. It's just this entire game, their execution's just been a little bit off. And now here in the second half, they find themselves down by multiple scores. They're going to have to connect on 1 or 2 of these big plays if they want to find themselves back in this one.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's out of bounds, couple of yards short of the marker, so decision to make here as it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
It's a pretty good effort there on 3rd and long. Initially, I really thought that screen was timed up pretty well, and he had a chance to pick up the 1st down, but give credit to the defense. It was the pursuit and running to the ball, and they're able to stop him just short.
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have the 1st down. Needing to make something happen. Trailing here in the 3rd quarter. They convert on 4th down. On the give, here's Henry. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Taken down at the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5. On the bootleg, it's Goff. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
On 1st down, it's Goff. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Chargers' 11-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Here's Goff. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8. Throwing here is Goff. Forced out wide. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Jaguars are able to cut into the deficit.
Chargers 27, Jaguars 13. Cam Little to kick
Little
off
now
for
following the
Jaguars.
touchdown, out to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Chargers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 6. They'll look to throw. That is left side and taken in by Allen. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
It's a gain of 2. And the Chargers, first down. 2 yards on the play. First down, Chargers.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
Complete to Jonathan Taylor. Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 5. Putting the tight end in motion. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, L.A.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Los Angeles.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, it was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Jaguars will take over here just shy of the 30.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
The Jaguars offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Duvernay in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's gone. In triple, and he's going to be taken down.
He has to do a better job identifying where the pressure is coming from, Mike, before the ball is snapped. He's got to get this ball out of his hand, to his outlet, to his hot receiver. But then once he senses the pressure, he kind of panics, and it's an easy sack, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And this is going to backfire in a big way. Going for it on their own side of midfield, but they turn it over on downs. The Chargers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A handoff as they try to run it here. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
At the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now, faking the give. And down to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Probably see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. It'll hold them to a gain of 2.
2nd and 8.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll get this out wide. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone yet again. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Los Angeles. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Kicker now for the extra point. He's got it. Chargers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Jaguars 13.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. On the return, it's Robinson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. To throw. Duvernay with the grab. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick first down.
At the 39-yard line.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
Goff to throw on first down. Quickly to the outside and complete. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Second and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
They'll try to set up the screen here. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give him 13 on that screenplay. And a first down.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 19 more on that one. And another first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Gonna go right back to Henry. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
Here's a second and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Third and 9. Goff. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
First down.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
It is brought in the end zone. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Here's Cam Little for the PAT. He's got it. And the Jaguars are able to edge a bit closer.
Chargers 34, Jaguars 20.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Chargers offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
And the Chargers.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
They'll stay on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge day to cut into the deficit.
So you do a great job all game long. You build up a lead here late in the 4th quarter, but now you get sloppy. This turnover all of a sudden brings a renewed sense of energy to your opponent, who a minute ago thought this game was over, and now they got a little life.
The Jaguars offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Goff. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Chargers' 34-yard line.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. On the bootleg, it's Goff. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 4. Throwing here is Goff. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
And this quarterback just continues to take a beating throughout the entire game. They have to find a way to keep him upright. Otherwise, I'm not sure if he's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
Third down and 9. Goff to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Intended for number 85. Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
Some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
It's 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
3rd down and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. Give him 18 yards on that one and a 1st down.
1st down, Chargers.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. but instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs, and as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time. So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down. Defenses always have to make a decision, like how do they want to defend the zone read? Some teams want the quarterback to keep the ball. They want the ability to tackle the quarterback. Other teams, they want it to be a give read, and that's what we saw here. They were ready for it, and they take the running back down for a loss.
They'll stick with him again. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage. He's not gaining any either. It's third down.
No gain on the play.
And the big man in the middle swallows him up right at the line of scrimmage, and I think the next time this offensive play caller decides to go to the ground game, Mike, I bet you he's going to find a different place along that defensive front to attack.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So while they fail to connect on this one, I don't really blame him for continuing to give his guy a shot in tight coverage. When you have someone as special as he is, you can't only throw him the ball when he's open. It's just not going to be enough opportunities. There's not going to be enough volume. So every now and then, there is a calculated risk where even if it's not the ideal window or situation, you've got to give a guy like him as many chances at the ball as you can.
Jaguars 20.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Robinson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jags offense ready to take over once more. On play action, Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I could promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
In motion, it's Robinson. Throwing on second down. Goff. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
Brings up third down and 10.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is third and 10. Throwing, Goff. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That's caught! And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. To throw is gone. Forced out wide. The ball's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. And a few kneel down should come close to closing this one out, depending on whether or not the defense wants to use those 2 timeouts they have left. But it really would just prolong what seems to be inevitable. Run on 1st down. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
By Paul Posluszny. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 12-yard line.
Tight end on the move left. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He finds some room across the 25. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. That is a big play for LA. And even 30 yards.
And
this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
This one not quite on target, and too much. That one falls incomplete.
So anytime you see one of those second-level defenders, Mike, those linebackers, those safeties that are just fast flow in the run game, they are just running side to side, making every play. Those are prime candidates to put into the RPO read. When they go with that run action, you can put a receiver into that window that they just left.
He'll find an open man. It's Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. They send the tight end in motion. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
It's 4th down.
So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start. 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.